Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big GATAH. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we're covering the ATP Masters. Cincinnati made it to the semifinals. So, hop into the comments. Let me see what you guys got going on for later today. And keep your eyes peeled for my pinned comment to see what I'll be playing as well. If you guys do like the breakdowns of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way. A comment will help as well. And if you'd like to get my picks as soon as I upload, you can subscribe. It is the soonest and fastest way to get my plays. If you feel generous for any of the success that you get from any picks from this channel, there's a link to donate if you would like in the pinned comment as well. Followed with a link to my free Discord if you would like to join the community. Got a bunch of other Gators in there talking about tennis, even some other sports as well. So get yourself involved. It's a big community and it's growing every day. I'd love to see you. Would love to have you. Come on in. And with that being said, we'll be looking like today. Had a pretty interesting day yesterday. We took Ben Shelton and Terrence Ottman for a set. They ended up winning. Funny enough, I put a ticket for those two to win in my Discord. It was like plus 550, 6.5 on the decimal, and it hit. So those who are in my Discord, they're pretty happy with that, I'm sure. Those who saw it at least. And we had two certified smokes. We took Yannick Sinner to get in a tiebreak with Felix. I knew the second this is why I don't like Felix Auger-Aliassime. This is why I don't like him. Tell me how you only scored 2 games against Yannick Sinner. The 3-year difference and is just crazy. Whatever. Then we also took Ben Shelton over 10.5 games in the first set. He broke Lehechka and Lehechka's 5th service game. So we were so close, yet so far. It happens. We still got the Ben win, so that's all we can really be ecstatic about. Happy to see the kid keep moving forward. Truly. Now, with that being out the way, we only have about 2 matches today, so let's just dive right into it. And our very first is going to be Carlos Alcaraz going against Andrei Rublev. And this will be their 6th head-to-head. As we know, Alcaraz did beat Rublev in the 4th round of Wimbledon in 4 sets. Their last 2 matches in the past year and some change have been tiebreaks on the indoor hard courts and in Wimbledon, as I said before. Alcaraz won in both of those, but their one head-to-head, which was 3 years ago on the hard court and Mubadala World, it was a straight set win from Rublev, 6-1. I'm sorry, 6-2, 6-1. The only time Alcaraz beats him is in the indoor hard courts, it seems, and on the grass. But Rublev has beaten him on the hard courts and the clay. Funny enough. Beat him in Madrid last year in 3 sets. Crazy. Pretty convincingly, too. 6-3, 6-2. I would love to go back and just look at those matches to see if it's any inkling of the Rublev that we see today. The Madrid match might be good to see, but I think the Turin match is going to be the most. The Turin matches against each other are probably going to be the most like informative to watch. If you want to just to get a peek at what they look like. But going into the form, Rublev is 13-8 this season. Alcaraz is 13-4. Same amount of wins, 5 more losses for Rublev. He's taken part in 2 more tournaments, 3 more hardcourt tournaments than Alcaraz. Alcaraz literally has only been to Cincinnati since his 2nd round loss to David Goffin in Miami. This is what I'm saying. How the fuck did David Goffin do that? He's a freak, bro. Freak of nature. How the fuck do you beat Carlos Alcaraz? like this year too, in the second round of Miami. What a upset. Okay. Anyway, we have Carlos has had a pretty easy draw. Um, in context to who he usually has to go against, right? Win against Luka Nardi and Hamad Bejejovic. Then Demir Jumhor took a set off of him. But no one he's seen yet has been top 15, top 20, top 20, 35, top 50. Rublev has gone through a few top 50, top 60 people already. He's only dropped a set so far, and that was to Popperin, and boy, was that a close one. So, given the hard court win from Rublev 3 years ago, we know as a fact now that 3 years is too big of a difference going against an Alcaraz or a center. Look at what Felix happened. Look at what happened to Felix yesterday. So we can't use this at all. We have to use the last year and some change. And in the last year and some change, it's 2-1 Alcaraz. And was it close? Let's see. Rublev to cover the spread here. I feel like if Alcaraz covers the spread, it's going to be a minus 2.5 spread for some reason. I don't know why. And him at minus 2.5 is minus 250. I like that, honestly. It's about time we get a decently priced spread or anything for these top guys, man. Number two Alcaraz is minus 250 to win by 3 games in the match. I like that. In their last head to head, he covered the spread. What is this? 2, 4, 6. He beat him by 6 games in their last game, but that wasn't a Grand Slam. So, and then their last match, he did beat him by 4 games as well. That is what the spread is at. I think it's a little bit too close to call that. I like Alcaraz winning at minus 2.5 a bit more. But yeah, Alcaraz has been looking sharp. Something about these top guys is they don't seem to be like going too hard in that second set. So the only one who's been grinding in that second set has been Rublev. Rublev be finishing the matches in second sets, and if he doesn't, he's winning the tiebreak. Do I see a second set tiebreak as well? Does the buck get passed from Yannick Sinner in his second set tiebreaks, and does it go to Alcaraz now against Rublev? If you wanted to root for Rublev, you could take him plus 4.5 on the spread. It's minus 190, so it's a little bit better price than Alcaraz winning by 3 games at minus 250. You could also go with Alcaraz if you wanted to root for Rublev. Alcaraz to get 13 games. See if Rublev can push him to over 5-1. I don't know if I like that one. I just don't know. I feel like he does it though. I feel like Alcaraz will get 13 over. Like he'll go over the 12.5 today. There hasn't been anyone that's gotten him to do that though. And if there is a person that could do it, it is Rublev. It is actually Rublev. every win that they have had, every win that Carlos has had, my work alarm. Funny enough. All right, so every game that they've played, there's gone to a tiebreak, or it's gone to 12 games in one set. Do we get the level of Rublev that we need to get Alcaraz to 13 games? That's the real question. It's either that or we take the spread. We can parlay them together for plus 137, 2.37 on the decimal. I'm not too mad at it. It's going to be a great match. I get out of work the second that it starts off, so I'll be home to watch, and I'll be off tomorrow. Then I work every day until next Friday. So I'm going to go through the gauntlet work-wise, but Winston-Salem is going to be on Among Us. Hopefully I can get some views in of that, but I'm going to have a long week ahead of me. I like Alcaraz winning by 3 games or getting 13 total games or more. As far as aces go, they have the total aces in the match at 17. I would put Rublev as the guy that gets more aces. I don't know if Alcaraz has been acing crazy, has he? He had 2. Yeah, I would put the aces on Rublev in this one. Damn, his line's at 8, 7. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, guys. Total games. As you can see, like the total games have been wonky in Cincinnati, so maybe it's best to leave it alone. It going to a set 2 tiebreak is plus 290. Keep that in mind. All right, we'll move on though. We shall move on. You guys know what I'm picking for that one, so. And for our final match of the day, we have Big Benzo Shelton going against Sasha Zverev. Oof. I hope you guys know that after what we saw in Toronto from Zverev and what we saw from Ben Shelton, I'm going to be going for Ben Shelton here. I don't care to be wrong on this one, if I happen to be wrong. I like my chances with Ben this time. Ben and Sasha are on their 4th head-to-head today. Sasha has beaten him 3 times in a row over the past year, exactly. Beat him in the quarterfinals in Cincinnati on the hard courts in their first time. It did go to a tiebreak, and it did get a set. And Ben did win the first set. Now, they've played on all surfaces so far. He's beaten him literally on the hard courts, the clay, and the grass. All in the past 365 days. It's kind of crazy. So, Zverev has seemingly been better, but on the hard courts, okay. Since their most recent head-to-head and their last hard court head-to-head, there's been 3 tiebreaks between them. I'm probably not going to touch that today. I think there's going to be some break points. I think there's going to be some break points today between these guys. I don't know if we get a tiebreak. I'm sure we will. If there's a 3-setter, I'm sure there will be a tiebreak there. It's minus 175, so it's very likely. Um, Shelton getting over 12.5 games. I'm kind of looking at that. I'm looking at the aces. 10 aces for Shelton. How many did he get in Stuttgart? He had 21 aces in 2 sets on the grass with 5 double faults. Could you imagine? 5 double faults. So, looking back at their match in Cincinnati last year, Ben had 14 in that one as well. Ben getting 10 aces seemingly is the best thing to do to me right now as I'm looking. Zverev, when he went against Nakashima, Nakashima only had 3 aces on him. But as we see, Zverev does pretty well against lefties. At least this one. But when was the last time he played a lefty on the hard court? Because he did beat Mutet and Ben Shelton in the same tournament on the grass, but that's not the hard court, is it? So if I told you that Ben Shelton had won more matches this season, would you believe me? Zverev is 18-5. Shelton is 21-6. They're like 1%. He's literally 1% better than him. And Ben Shelton's been talking a lot about 1% recently. After his last match, he's been talking about improving on his 1%. So if he is 66.41 win rate on the hard court and Zverev is 67.41 on the hard courts, I would put the edge on Ben Shelton today. Call me crazy. American on American soil. This is not going to be like Cincinnati. Toronto. This is going to be America, bro. And they was big rooting for Ben in that Lehechka match. He's playing. He's getting the nighttime slot. Oh yeah, no, it's going to be up. And it's Friday. Oh, y'all bugging. Ben about to get this win today. This is the perfect storm for Ben to get a win today. If he doesn't, then it is what it is. But I feel like this is going to be a 2-1 Ben Shelton match, maybe even a straight setter. But I'm probably going to be certified smoking Ben today. That's just how I'm feeling. It's Friday. I feel great. He's been playing great. He's been improving at an unreal level. You can take him for aces, but since Nakashima only got 3, maybe I wouldn't play that. Looks like Zverev has been defending pretty well. Has had a pretty good return. Hatchinoff only had 1 against him. Boss already, I don't think had any. No, he had 1. So Zverev seemingly is the guy that out aces. His is at 8. I can see him getting 8. If you wanted to go for Sasha today, you can definitely take Sasha for 8. For 9. I'm sorry, for 9 aces. I like that. I don't think it goes over 18 though. I think the under might hit there. Under 18 in total, but maybe over 9 for, or over 8 for Zverev. For Ben to win the first set, it's plus 110. I'd rather bet on him to win the match at plus 125. I really would. I missed out on doing it yesterday, for the channel at least. So, I would love to take Ben here. But we didn't really get a full experience of Zverev, right? He got the first set win and then started bageling Hatchinov, and then he retired after 3 games. So we don't know what that would have really looked like, right? Zverev could have very well been up out of there, and it could have been Ben going against Hatchinov again, which I more than sure if that would have been the case, Hachinov would not have wanted to deal with it again. I did not think he was to play Ben Shelton anytime soon. So, um, yeah, what do you guys think? Put in the comments. Let me know. Ben to win in straight sets is plus 300. Him to win 2-1 is plus 330. To me, that is ridiculous. No one thought he was going to win in straights against Lehechka. I was bouncing between taking Ben or Yuri for a set. That's how unsure I was about that match. And look, I took Ben for the set, and he won in straights. We can take Ben for a set, and if we pair that with Alcaraz over 12.5 games or cover, I think the spread's going to be a little bit safer though. I think the spread's a little bit safer. We can get a decent price around plus 100, 2.0 on the decimal most likely. That'll be the closest that we can get, I'm afraid. If that, might be minus 102. 1.98 decimal. Close enough to double it, but it isn't plus money just yet, right? Alcaraz to win the first set and the money line. Same price. An interesting kerfuffle. We'll have to see here. But I would love to know, who do you guys got for today? You got taking Ben? You got taking Zverev? You taking Rublev or you taking Alcaraz? I'm sure everybody's taking some portions of Ben and a big portion of Alcaraz today. I would assume, if I was just to be a bookkeeper. So, please let me know what you guys got going on for today. You guys have been having some pretty decent and pretty rad tickets that I've been seeing in my Discord, so keep that coming for sure. Keep that coming for sure. I see everything. I see everything. If you wanted to take over 9.5 games in the first set for Rublev and Alcaraz, that's minus money. So. Same with Shelton and Zverev. Over 9.5 is minus 275. So, we'll talk more about this. We'll talk more about it in the next one. Honestly, I don't really know what to be looking out for here. I'm just more focused on what we saw yesterday was kind of what I thought would happen. So, at this point, I'm kind of just leaning on the instincts of the evil Cincinnati, because you trying to go with statistics here is just not going to work. Just look at what you see and then go off that. I looked and I saw Ottman beating Taylor Fritz, and I'm like, he's not going to lose to Holger Rune. So just think like that, I guess. Just look with your eyes and make up your mind. Look at some highlights and get your mind together for it. I think that we'll be in good shape for today. I'm rooting for Ben. Hopefully you do too on American soil. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and take care. Peace.